Hello everybody, I am JayLeonardJ, and today we are going to be exploring all 11 different effects built into the Wampler Terraform. Well, this probably is the most anticipated pedal that Wampler has ever produced. This is the brand new Terraform. It is his first digital multi-effects unit. We're talking 11 different pedals in this small little package. You have, obviously, the tap tempo, expression pedal outs, MIDI programmability, presets, and a lot of different routing options from mono, stereo, as well as a pre-post line. So that way you can assign different pedals to one of two different paths, making routing very useful. So there's obviously a lot of things that this does, but what I wanted to focus on today is the 11 different effects built into this thing. When I get a multi-effects unit, I end up using like the same 3 different effects and I just ignore the rest of the stuff. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you all the cool sounds you could probably squeeze out of this box and kind of show you that this could really change your entire pedal board. So I got a Fender Telecaster with Virgil Arlo pickups and Stringjoy strings, and let's plug this thing in and make some noise. First effect we're going to look at is the envelope filter. Best way to describe it is it's kind of like a wah-wah pedal that is triggered by the attack of your guitar. When I play it, it wahs. And it's great for creating synthy kind of tones. It's great for creating funky tones, putting it with overdrive for a nice solo. It really makes things stick right out in the mix. Very funky, very psychedelic, and just addictive. The Ottawa is quite similar to the envelope filter, but instead of being triggered by my attack, it's actually a moving rate set by the tap tempo or this rate knob over here. It's great for sitting a little bit behind in the mix, not quite as forward as the envelope filter, and still having that really cool funky wah-wah sound. It's just a really neat effect. When people talk about flangers, the words that usually come up is jet engine or metallic, this robotic kind of modulation wave. It's actually very similar to a chorus, only it sounds kind of like a electrified kind of phaser. It has this very deep affected tone that makes people just listen to your guitar and just wonder what the heck is going on. Well, from a sonic standpoint, I always kind of considered the phaser to sound like a more polite and organic flanger. So you still have that movement and that feeling of swirly modulation going on, but it doesn't have that metallic edge to it. It's a little bit more earthy. Think of the clean tone on Beast of Burden by the Rolling Stones. And when you add it with distortion, you have a really great lead tone a la Eddie Van Halen. So you can't beat that either. When people mention the Univibe, they're thinking about Jimi Hendrix. It has that wonderful, crazy, psychedelic Jimmy tone where it's kind of like an underwater guitar or like a rotary speaker, but not quite there. It sounds the best with an expression pedal to control the rate so you can find all the lovely tones in between. Put it with a fuzz pedal and just lose yourself for hours with the Univibe. The Rotary effect captures the sound of those old Leslie speaker cabs. The Leslie speaker cabs would actually have a speaker spinning in it to create this whirly kind of sound. I would use it for getting fake organ sounds with my guitar, and I'd also use it to get that cool Stevie Ray Vaughan cold shot opening. Just a cool effect to make your guitar sound really fun. The Ambience swell swells in the volume of your guitar after you play the note. So when I play something, I don't hear the attack, I hear the bloom afterwards. Add a little bit of reverb, add a little bit of delay, and you get these wonderful wall of sound ambient tones that just drench the track and make everything just sound a little bit bigger. Tremolo is one of my all-time favorite effects. All it really is it's just kind of like turning up and down your volume really fast. You set it with the rate and it creates those great surf tones as well as these really robotic, choppy volume tones. Just overall useful. Everyone loves them. The harmonic tremolo splits your low tones and your high tones and modulates them against each other to create a tremolo effect that has an almost rotary speaker kind of sound. You see them in a lot of old school guitar amps, and they're great for blues players. And an advantage of this pedal over a normal tremolo is you don't get that perceived volume dip that you'd get with a tremolo pedal. When I think of 80s clean tones, the first word that comes to my mind is chorus. It is a very fantastic pedal that just makes your guitar sound bigger and richer overall. And one little thing you can do with a chorus pedal too, as a bonus thing, is if you put the mix all the way up, it actually turns the pedal into a vibrato pedal. So there you go, 2 effects in 1. And finally, we get down to the dimension. The dimension is a chorus, but it does it a little bit different than the normal chorus setting. A normal chorus would be your modulation and your clean tone blended together. This one is 2 modulated signals in your clean tone. And it doesn't have that, you can't hear the movement as much with it. It's just more motionless, but still incredibly full. It's very, very rich and absolutely lush beyond belief. Great, great sounding effect. Well, that is it. That is the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to the page if you haven't. Ring the bell icon so we can watch the premieres together. Check out my Amazon affiliate links if you are interested in the gear that I use. And if you're interested in my honest review of this pedal, if you want to hear my actual review of this thing, go to my Patreon page, become a subscriber. I do all my pedal reviews on that page, and I do all my demos on YouTube. My question for all of you out there in YouTube world is, how many of you use multi-effects units on your board? Are you a person that likes to have a small little pedal for every single need, or likes having a big brain and you can control it with something like a MIDI controller? Please write it down below. That being said, I guess I'll see you all soon. Take care and goodbye.